mortgage companies as well.
Correct.
Are mortgage modifications a part of your real estate world now?
Well, yes, and I would also just say a word of caution to the viewers. You know, there are a lot of companies now who are seeking to find sellers looking to modify their loans for a upfront fee, and I would caution homeowners from some of these companies that are soliciting their business to help them with modification, and then probably start with their local real estate attorney before they engage any of these companies. That's a word of caution. Seeing a lot of that.
So it's mortgage modification. There's bankruptcy, of course, right? There's short sales. Can you describe those briefly? Because believe it or not, we're running out of time. So.
Okay. Really what a short sale is we're asking the bank to accept less of a payoff than that is owed. So if there's $300,000 owed to pay the mortgage, maybe we're asking the bank to accept $250,000. So that's why they call it short. It's short of what the actual payoff is. And the banks are somewhat receptive depending on the ratio of the amount that they're going to delete off their books.
So that's the banks or mortgage companies minimizing their loss.
Correct.
Right? I think everybody should also know that a short sale affects your credit almost the same as a bankruptcy does. And there's some little nuances on the taxability of a short sale as opposed to going bankrupt. Right? I mean...
Yeah, the key is, I actually do have 2 loans in process right now where they're actually current on their mortgage. But they just know that the end is near as far as their savings. And one, it actually took 6 weeks, and the bank is going to accept 25% less on the short sale of what is owed. But they haven't missed a payment yet. They're still current. So it went through, and even though it's done on a short sale, it's not going to affect their credit as serious as if they went into a foreclosure status or a bankruptcy. They'll see a nominal offset on their credit, but because of the fact that they kept up with the payments, they may be behind in the credit card and the electric and everything else, but those mortgage payments have never been late.
In the few minutes we have left, let's talk about how a person sells their house in this down market. Dominic?
Well, yes, and if I could just wrap up on the short sale, one of the other options that's available, Mark, if you don't need to sell, I say stay. If you can make the payment and you don't need to sell, don't worry if you're underwater, because eventually in time, probably we'll see some appreciation in real estate again, I'm sure. So, an option is also to stay. Your question is about the seller in today's market.
From the realtor's perspective, how do you market a house in this down market?
Yeah, well, I think the truth is the ultimate marketing weapon today is price. Again, supply and demand, and we've got an abundance of supply. Even though it's certainly some of it's been sold off, there's still an overabundance of supply. For example, in Morris County, we have double the supply of available homes that we had 3 years ago. Double the supply. So for the house that's not priced properly, there's virtually no market for it.
There's got to be some other tricks that the realtors, I don't mean bad tricks, I mean techniques to market the house. More open houses, offer a toaster oven, I don't know.
Yeah.
Any of those that are going on?
Well, first of all, thanks for mentioning open houses. We're going to need another half an hour now, Mark. But
we have about 1 minute, just so you know.
No question, you needed a very aggressive marketing plan. In addition to being priced well, you need a very aggressive market plan, which should include certainly a public open houses as often as possible to get people into the house. We had talked prior to the show about home staging.
Yeah, what is home staging? Can you describe that for everybody out there?
Well, I can't give you I don't know what the textbook definition would be, but a staging, and there are staging companies and staging services that will come in and help you, sometimes for a very nominal or small fee, just have help you to get your home to show its best. And so whether it's removing clutter, whether it's painting the front door, rearranging the furniture that you already have, just helping you to make your best impression and best first impression.
It's like a psychological angle to selling a house, right?
There's no question, Mark. There's no question.
Susan, how about you? What do you've got clients that are in there trying to sell their homes. What are they talking to you about?
Is the price right? Am I looking for too much? And I always refer them back to the realtor. The realtor is the one that's in touch with what the houses are selling for. And if your realtor says drop it $10,000, don't look and say, well, how about 5? Maybe I'll get it. Do what the realtor says. They know what the market trends are, and the realtors want to sell your house at the highest price too, because their commission is based on the price, but they're not going to lead you wrong because they want the sale as well.
I know the answer to this question, but I got to ask it anyway. Should you sell your house without a realtor in this down market? Let's
No.
start with Susan. I know what Dominic's going to
No.
say, but Susan, why not?
You want to get the best for your house. You need the realtor to come in to market it. You don't want to be hanging on to your house, and the realtor is going to get the best exposure for you. Putting up a for sale by owner, there's so much there. You don't have the open houses like Dominic is saying, where people can just come in and traipse. They can tell you when they come in and see your house, you need to do A, B, C, D, and price it here, and your house will sell in this time period.
It's also a lot more complicated
Oh,
to sell your
absolutely.
house now. I mean, so a realtor would be logical. An experienced realtor would.
The realtors will help
really
you with the
know
legal
what-
disclosures you're required to fill out.
Right, Dominic. How about you? I mean, this
Well,
is.
Mark, I mean, the two things I'd say: statistics show you'll sell your house for more money with a realtor, and that's in normal market conditions. In this market, you can't miss one buyer. You
Okay.
can't miss one buyer.
Is there between all the realtors out there? There's internet, there's cut rate realty firms, there's this, that, and everything. Is the traditional realtor the way to go?
I think so. I think
I
you
think-
need your hometown realtor, your next door neighbor,
Yeah.
the school teachers, husband or wife, somebody that you know, somebody that you trust. I don't think doing it internet-based is the way to go. I don't think doing it over the phone with one of these mass companies. You need to go to your local hometown realtor because they know your area best.
And I want to thank both of you for being on the show tonight. This is really, I hope that this show is outdated real soon.
Too, Mark.
You too.
We don't have to show a rerun of this in a year from now, but I think you've really given everybody out there a good idea of what this down market is and how to cope with it. So thank you both for being on the show.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
I'm Mark Gruber. You've been watching Law Talk Today. We're on every Wednesday from 7:30 to 8. If anybody out there has some interesting ideas for a show or you want information about the shows that you've been watching, we have a website, lawtalktoday.tv. Go to the website or email me, or us, I should say, at info@lawtalktoday.tv. Thanks for watching, and good night.